What up, guys? Your boy King Joffy Joe 413 back with another one.
I see you, haters.
What's going on, guys? How you guys doing? Chilling? You already know me, chilling like always. So today, what we gonna be doing? Pipe game. You know what I'm saying? We're going to pipe game bike. Once again, bringing it back to you. We're gonna be throwing some brakes on it. She needs some brakes, you know what I'm saying? It's 2020. Need some brakes. You know what I'm saying? First brake job I had, you know what I'm saying? So about to do some brakes. So what we're gonna do is we got some brake pads. We got the brake pads. We purchased these from, that's where we got these from. Price, high, like always. But they look like they're some decent products. They red, they look nice, you know what I'm saying? You throw them on there. First time I ever did some brakes. I didn't even do brakes on my bike, 2019. I need them, bad. So, I did them on pipe game. Did that side already. Super easy. I never even watched the video. As I'm doing it, I'm like, I never even watched the video of the brakes getting done. Easy, easy. Let King Joffy Joe show you how you do it. First you're gonna do is you're gonna take off the tire. You guys know how to take off the tire, right? Allen, we got our jack. We're gonna jack our jack. Grab our jack. Jack it up right here. Pop our little 2020. You got the cap, the hub cap. So, you know what I'm saying? We pop up the hub cap, covers up the thing so it doesn't get rusty. We're gonna throw our Allen key in there. That's what we use because it's a little stronger than the screwdriver. Gonna pull off our red pin in the front. Everybody know that. You grab it from this side, swing it around, slide it out the hole. Always remember, righty tighty, lefty loosey. Slide that off. You got your little cone thing there. We like to put our tire under the bike so so what we're looking at here, pipe game, new brakes. My man needs some. I think he's gonna need some rotors on this. Rotors are a little rusty, looking like a little kind of pitted. He does live near Boston, so salt water in the air, you know what I'm saying? So if you live near one of them salty towns, you might have this happening to you. If you can't keep your bike inside of a garage. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna remove our caliper. We're gonna be using 15 millimeter right from the back here. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. Alright, we're just gonna break those loose real quick. Alright, just break those loose real quick. Now I'm just gonna take this Allen key. We got these two Allen keys here, 1, 2. We're just gonna loosen those up. That's how it's gonna be removing our pads from the brakes. Let me get my extension. So, I'm just gonna loosen those Allen keys up. Just so once we get the caliper off, we don't have to try to hold that and loosen those up at the same time. So we like to loosen those up first. make sure you guys, when you're doing your brakes, don't do it yourself. Just go to a certified dealer and have it done. Because why do it yourself when you can just pay someone your hard-earned money to do it for you? All right. So, just take the rotor off. Remember which way you take it off. It has to go back on the same direction, but see the back of that rotor? I'll probably replace these. Yeah, we'll probably be replacing these very soon as I get the text message. All right, so those screws I told you to loosen. Now we're gonna remove those the rest of the way. All right, pull those out. All right, they're like pins, see that? We're gonna move these out here. 1, 2, these don't look too bad. The brake pads don't look too bad here, to me. All right, now we're gonna close our calipers. We're just gonna use a C-clamp. Actually, what you want to do is you want to keep this back brake pad in here when you do it. It just makes it a little easier. So then you can do, because it's a dual piston system. So you're doing 2 pistons, leave it in there. You do both pistons at the one time. It's actually pretty easy to do. I'm doing it with my hand just now. And we're just going to close the clamp down on there. Give it a second. I like to give it a second because, like, sometimes you take these right off, the pressure inside of it just gives it push back a little bit. So give it a second, let the pressure decrease. That's because I didn't take the cap off the reservoir. But we'll show you that at the end. All right, so if you look at it here, both of my pistons are back flush with the back of the caliper. So now we're going to take our new pads. Throw our back one in there. And we'll throw our front one in there, just hook it on there and slide it down. So what you want to do is, actually, what I got to do is, so these slides, you want to make sure these move nice and freely. There's one here and there's one here. Make sure those move nice and freely, because make sure they got a little bit of grease on them, which they do, so these are fine. But if you see these looking dry and they're not moving freely like that, you want to grease those up. Alright. Just throw them in there and we'll throw our pins back in. Alright, now remember the way our rotor went on. So like this. And put our rotor back on. And we're going to throw our pads back on. I mean our caliper back on. Just tighten down those little Allen keys that I took unloosened. Make sure I tighten those up. Not too tight, guys. have it. And there you have it. Front brake pad's done. So now we're gonna move on to the back. Nice. So we're back. Now we're at the back of the bike. So what you got to do is, like you just seen, I removed the screw on that side. Now what I got to do is remove these 2 screws. What you're gonna do is 15 millimeter. We're gonna loosen these 2 screws up. And now that our caliper, you're not even gonna pull them all the way out. Just loosen them up until you get the caliper loose. Now if you look right here, you can see my caliper's loose right there. Caliper's loose right there, yeah. So now what we got to do, since this is a rally, the rim's a little bit smaller, so we can't get the caliper down here, because usually on the, I think on the Aces, you probably can slide it down here and just have it out here without taking the tire off. But since we have a rally, we had to pull the tire off. We're just gonna slide it out just a smidge it. And then, you shouldn't have to take it all the way off. Just enough. So we can slide that down like so. And now, there we go, we got that out. I think with the Ace, you don't have to remove the tire at all. I think you'd be able to slide that right down. Now we got our Allen key like we had on the front side. Break those loose. So if you're thinking like it might have been hard to do that, you might be able to get through with an extension from the other side before you take the caliper off and break those 2 screws loose. So you don't have to hold it with one hand and then break it with the other hand. Just if they're stuck, but they shouldn't be stuck because they should be able to come out pretty easy. Alright, gonna slide our 2 pins out. Alright, pull our brake pads out. Oh shoot, I forgot, so this is a single piston, so you really don't need to keep the brake pad in here to close it with the clamp. But you can if you want to. And boom. Like that. Put the piston down, flush with the back of the caliper. Throw our brake pads in there. And now, one there. Throw our pins back in. So what I'm doing, I'm just pushing the front pad back where it's supposed to be because, you know, with a little bit of corrosion on the screw and the paint on the brake pad itself probably gives it a little resistance, just pushing it a little bit. So. Everything's where it's supposed to be, so I can slide it over the rotor. Just make sure everything's back so it'll be easy. Oh, fuck. Shit. Woo! I'm old. Dang, that knee's in the back. No. Been down here too long, fella.
Pretty soon you're gonna be to the point where you ain't even gonna get down there like that. You're already gonna know before you get down there, like, man, let me not even do that.
Gonna slide this back up into. Put it back into this. Slide it down.
Keep going down.
Jack. Going down while I'm working, so it's probably making my back hurt more. There we go. Alright. Just had to slide that up real quick. Now, bring this up. Now we can bring our wheel back. We got our two screws here. Alright. Now I'm just gonna put the rotor on. I'm gonna put the nut on the wheel. I'm gonna tighten it down to 225 foot-pounds, and pump the brakes. So we'll get back to you after. We'll get back to you after we about to pump the brakes. Ready? All right, guys. So now that we have our brakes all done, what you want to do is you're gonna want to pump your brakes. So what you're doing is pumping your brakes is just gonna pump it like you got to do. That's gonna close the piston onto the brake pads because there's gonna be space. There's always gonna be space. That's how you slid them on. So you got to close that space up by pumping it. Once it gets tight, then you know you're good. So see how easy that went down? That's just because it's pumping the fluid through. You let it come all the way back up. Oh, there we go. So it took 3 because I pumped it 1 before the video started, but get it nice and tight. Now it's like a regular brake. Look at that. All right. So what you want to do is, now that we got it pumped up, we want to check our fluid level. So our fluid reservoir is right here. I haven't done this in so long, I don't even remember. Yeah. So, all right. You got two. This is a 2 bay reservoir. So, one side, see how there's a line in the middle of it? One side is for the front and one side is for the back. Which one's for the front and which one's for the back? I used to know at one time, but I don't remember now. So, but just know that they both have to be full. It has to be the minimum line is the line right here. There's a line right there that says minimum. And then at the top of the reservoir, there's a little line right there. That's gonna be your max. So we're just gonna pull this off here. Take a look. Oh, it looks like his looks pretty full. So if you wiggle it, it's hard to see. If I had a light shining directly in, maybe I can see the side. See it on the side, but let's see. So your reservoir, so if you look right there, that's a 2-side reservoir. So this is one side, that's the other side, and that's how you fill it up. So you just gotta make sure it's full. Me looking here, they look good to me. You're running brake dot 4 on this, not dot 3. So dot 3 is for cars, motorcycles use dot 4. What's the difference? I don't know, but you don't want to put the wrong stuff in the wrong stuff because it might mess some stuff up. King Joffrey Joe didn't tell you to put the wrong stuff in the wrong stuff. So always use .4 on your motorcycles. All right, so your bladder, if you look at your bladder, it's split. So you want to make sure you have that on there with the split going the right way. Thanks for watching. Check me in the next one to learn how to fix your brake light sticking sensor. Peace.